A very good day. Welcome to BNC African News Feed. I'm Tanika Gosa, and the stories are as follows. As Gaza residents continue to flee from the northern to the southern part of the region following evacuation orders from Israel back home, the African National Congress, or ANC for short, has described this move as the most tragic and dangerous situation. On Saturday, the governing party, led by its president, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is also the head of the state, pledged solidarity with Palestine. South Africa has been calling for the humanitarian corridors to be opened so food, water and electricity could be made available to the people living in Gaza. The latest offensive move was triggered when Hamas launched a surprise attack on the Israel people more than a week ago. Onto this story, the South African National Congress, or ANC for short, has insisted that South Africa has turned a corner when it comes to its electricity woes, but admits that the country is not yet out of the woods. Speaking in his capacity as a member of the ANC National Executive Committee, or NEC for short, as the party held a 3-day meeting in Boksburg over the weekend, Ramaphosa told journalists that there would be definitely less load shedding by December. And lastly, the South African government says nearly 2.5 million chickens have been killed in an effort to contain outbreaks of 2 separate strains of avian influenza that have threatened to create a resurgence or a shortage of eggs for consumers. Another 250,000 chickens have died from bird flu in at least 60 separate outbreaks across the country, with more than half of these outbreaks in the Gauteng province, which includes the country's biggest city, Johannesburg, and the capital, Pretoria. Some grocery stores in Johannesburg were limiting the numbers of eggs consumers were allowed to buy this week. In some cases, 1 carton of 6 eggs, and the government acknowledged that there was a surplus and also supply constraints. From BNC African News Feed, I'm Tanika Gosa. My time is up, and I thank you for yours.